Hi everybody, Andreas here again from Asia Mind Dynamics, and I'm here with Rizal. What we are doing today, of course, is about it's our coaching series from Asia Mind Dynamics. Coaching series. I have done a couple of interviews. One interview with Robert last week. Earlier on, I was doing a couple of series on coaching, on your beliefs as a coach, what it takes for you to become a coach, and it would be great already before we really get started, just invite your friends, share this video now, share it onto your timeline so that other people who would love to come in as well can experience Rizal here as well in the interview on what it really takes to become a coach. One word about me, quickly, okay? My name is Andreas. I'm running a company in Malaysia called Asia Mind Dynamics. And I'm training people to become certified NLP practitioners, certified NLP coaches. I'm a certified trainer of hypnosis as well. So that's my stuff. And I had a great pleasure. Yesterday I mentioned centuries ago, I was reading it. Okay, a couple of years ago, I met this guy here, Rizal. I knew him from before, from postings, and people talked about him. And I knew he's really, I didn't want to say damn good. He's really good. Damn good in NLP. And yes, give us a like, okay? Hey, Zugma, good, okay? And he is really good in NLP. And he came to me and he said, Andreas, I want to learn master practitioner with you. And I was like, what can I teach that guy already? Okay, I had no idea, but I was happy that he came to me. We became good buddies along that line. He moved to Penang, so every now and then we are still in touch or so. And he's here today to really talk about it. And it's actually also you. You asked great questions yesterday. I read that today. It would ultimately be about you. You have to ask the question that you want to hear from him about coaching. Rizal is his main business is, I don't want to say training now again, Professional Learning Facilitator. He doesn't like trainers. I train people in NLP, okay? Ask him what it takes also to become a good, outstanding, wonderful trainer, because this guy really raw through the Malaysian, through the Asian market. He already trained in the UK over the last 2 years or a year. I saw the entry today from your brother, isn't it?
Correct.
Your brother is training a company in the PLF methodology in the UK. So I love to see that development. So Rizal, say something about yourself.
Hi. My name is Rizal.
You know him, right?
Yes, Kak Suma, I am your Sifu, yes. And I learn a lot from Kak Suma also.
Hey, Zugma, yes, he is great. He's a good Sifu to have.
I have been around for about 10 years in the business. I'm a professional learning facilitator. I am not a trainer.
All right, I get it.
I facilitate learning. Yeah, and that's another story. If you were to go into detail, that's another story. I do programs on Take Charge. I help people to take charge of their lives. I do about a bit of NLP for sales, NLP for coaching. I have my own coaching module called SOIF. I do the Professional Learning Facilitator program. We have about 1,700 now.
1,700. Wow, cool. When I met you, how many were there?
300.
300. That means in 4 years?
In 4 years.
4 times.
Right.
That's a good number, isn't it? Give him a like for that one, all right? Because that's really a good number.
And
thanks.
Coaching for me only began when I met him.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a great coach.
Coaching. I did my master prac with Andreas, and he changed my life around. I did hypnotherapy with Andreas. Yeah. And coaching is not really a business for me. Coaching is only a tool where I help people on a one-to-one kind of basis. I do a lot of programs where there are many people in front of me, from 30 people to 4,000 people. So that's what I do, and looking forward to the questions that Andreas is going to finally ask me those questions.
What made you decide? And now you can hear me. And
People from Sabah can hear us now.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay, Zappa, hello. Way to go, right? So you could hear me yesterday. I couldn't hear you respond. There was a difference.
Yes. He needs to upgrade his phone. He needs to upgrade his internet. Andreas is with me.
In Putrajaya?
In Putrajaya, Limeridian
High
Putrajaya.
speed internet.
We are here to answer questions. We are here to learn from each other, actually. Yeah?
Yes, please.
So please do ask questions, and let's start with your questions first.
You mentioned always PLF, and you mentioned always you are not a trainer, you are a learning facilitator. You were, let me say that magic word or that terrible word, you were a trainer before. So what caused you then to decide that you want to do your own PLF, that you become a professional learning facilitator, creating that thing? What caused you to do that?
Well, it started with a group of people who wanted to learn to be like me.
Okay.
They were saying, Rizal, we see you doing programs alone, we see you doing programs here and there, and how do you manage this? Okay. So it started with that. Yeah, it started with how they wanted to learn how to be like me. So I came up with a Professional Learning Facilitator program, whereby everything about the program is about how I do things, how I manage learning, how I present knowledge, how I do business, how I can do business alone, yet still work from home, stuff like that. So it started with that.
And you guys who are not related to the PLF family, you want to know more about it, of course, ultimately, hey, feel free to contact Rizal via Facebook, link up with him, become his friends, if you still got space on your Facebook page anyway, and ask him personal questions about this one, because it's important to spread good training. I'm sorry to say that, and there's not always good training around in Malaysia, in the world overall, and I do know that Rizal is really a fantastic trainer. Were you surprised how the market took up on your PLF?
Yeah.
Don't say just yeah, okay, expand.
Surprised in many ways. Yeah, we started to have clients either overseas or in Malaysia comparing, or a trainer would do things this way, a PLF, a professional learning facilitator, would do it some other way. And they themselves could see the difference of it. They themselves could understand that a way the PLF presents knowledge would be far different, far more exciting than how a trainer does. In fact, to extend, some people came to the connotation of a trainer when it comes to, you want to manage elephants, you become a trainer to an elephant. But you want to manage human beings, you want to learn how to facilitate learning.
Okay.
So the clients themselves came up with that kind of differentiation.
That's nice. And if you like the PLF family, I know Zugma you wrote down, love the PLF family, why don't you write down your own comments? What specifically do you like about it? Because that would be good for him as well, because then he can relate this as well to his own clients and gives testimonial. Just say something, give him the love maybe.
PLFs out there, give me the love. let's show people of the world how the PLFs are very much a family. We're not an association, we're not a company, we're very much that family. So even though they respect me as a mentor, every time I talk about iPhones, they talk about Samsung. Every time I talk about bananas, they talk about durians.
That's okay.
There is still that respect. At the same time, we have this bond.
Okay,
this
that's
family
good.
bond.
That's good.
Yeah.
We all want to be different, right? You like them to be like you. You mentioned when you started off and people came to you and they want to be like you.
Right.
Is that important to you, or do you prefer them that you are the banana and they are the durian? Your example, right?
Yeah. Well, to be like me, that's going back to the NLP already.
Sure.
To model me. To be like me, to model me. And once you model me, then you improve, you become better. Yeah, not to benchmark me. To me, benchmarking is like, this is me and this is me and that's you and that's the gang. That's benchmarking.
Absolutely, yeah.
I say model me, be like me, and within that 3 days, I'll tell you anything and everything about how I do things, and you be like me, and after that, you improve. What's your bangao now? You be better than me. It's because the ultimate goal actually is to be better than me.
Of course.
If they're all like me, then you're just minions.
You don't want to have more results running around, is
No,
it?
there is only one result. Be a better result lah.
Exactly, and that's actually NLP is about modeling. I'm not sure if you all know NLP or who knows NLP. If you know NLP, just give a thumb up or give a like or something like this. Would be really good to know. To me, NLP came from modeling excellent people, right?
Correct.
And when I train people to become a certified NLP practitioner, I say train people. My apologies for those. You know, I'm not. Then I want them to model me. NLP is about modeling, and I'm most happy when then I have students like Rizal. We also become a family, the Asia Mind Dynamics family.
Correct.
Somewhere along that line, we have our own secret group, a Facebook group, okay?
Right.
And it's great to see for us when people then take our knowledge, implement it in their own life, in all areas of their life, be it in personal development, be it in professional development, creating something outstanding. NLP to me is about creating something.
That's important when you say implementing. We don't want people to learn from us.
Only.
And just learn and it stops there.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, and they go out of the hall and say, oh, I got this set, but they're not using it in their lives, it dies. Yeah?
Exactly.
It won't help them, it won't help us to that extent. Yeah? So we want people to come and learn and implement. So that's why when we convey knowledge, we were going to make it so practical. That's one of the reasons why I learned with Andreas in the first place. I did my practitioner of NLP with somebody else. And
you put there.
there. and only 3 years after my practitioner did I really have the interest to do my master practitioner, because I met him. And as I was talking to you, and within the 10 minutes I was saying, NLP lives with him.
Thank you.
He was hardly selling the NLP part, but I was saying I want to learn from you, because of that application of NLP that he was using as he was just talking to me at that day. Yeah. So that's the kind of people that we want to learn from. That's the kind of people that we want to be, so that the knowledge that we take up, we absorb, wants to be to blossom.
Exactly. That's why we are here today. So you can feel free to ask questions, because even if you have the sessions with us, let's say training, okay? Even if you're learning to become an NLP practitioner with us, or you go to Rizal to become a PLF person, it's ultimately, it's about you. I'm always saying in the training, it's about you. Our training is about you. Become better, achieve your goals. I don't live your life. I don't want to live your life. You got to live your own life. So you got to take the learning, just what Rizal said as well, take the learning and apply it to your own life, and then come back to me. I think they always can come back to you as well and ask questions. Hey, I'm getting stuck here somewhere. How do I apply what you taught me in my real life? Like your brother said today in your Facebook page about when you train in the UK. Cousin. Okay, I gave you a new brother. So, anybody got a question already for Rizal? Or maybe even for me? Love the PLF family, Zugma. Still there. There must be more. Maybe check out if there are some more comments here. Anybody had more comments? The Apple guy on the right, I'm also, Rizal is responsible that I've got he gave me the idea. I had a laptop initially from the other company, and he said to me, you got to take Apple, you know, and then one day I started off, now everything is Apple on my side. I'm waiting for the new Apple to come. Maybe somebody from Apple listens in here and I get a new Apple from them for free, because I give a great advertisement here right now. Here's Rizal's son. He wants to listen to us. Say hello to him. If you like this boy, give him a hug. I mean, give him a heart, okay? Because he deserves. He deserves. Hey, Rizal's youngest, she's not the youngest daughter. The youngest daughter. What is her name again? Sorry.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yes.
That's Aisha.
That's Aisha. This is Umar. And Afifi.
Afifi is our youngest NLP coach, because during the NLP practitioner coach training, she was actually in our training laying on the floor. Tell us the situation. I mentioned it yesterday. Hey, Uma. See? Hi, Uma. Carol is saying that, okay? Uma, there are more people saying. It's all about you now. Goodness, okay? What do we do here? Hey, what do you do, Rizal, in a situation, not necessarily coaching now? It's hard to believe, most likely, but when you start your sessions in a company and they don't know you yet.
Right.
And initially, what I sometimes realize when I do NLP in sales, my training there, some people say like, you can't teach me a thing. I'm selling already for 25 years and I know the whole market and you are just a foreigner. What can you teach me? Have you ever experienced a situation like that?
Yes.
What do you do then?
Yes. There will be people like that. So one particular skill that any PLF or coach or even a trainer must have is the ability to build rapport with people effortlessly. Yeah, the ability to build rapport effortlessly, the ability to build rapport very fast with anybody and everybody at any time. Will you meet one or two people who disagree with you? Will you meet one or two people who have their own views of things? Yes, you will.
It's good.
Yes, you will.
Actually, isn't it?
And when you do meet these kind of people, the best thing, from my point of view, the best thing you can do is learn from them. Go ahead, just learn from them.
Exactly.
If you start to say, oh, this guy,
he doesn't like me.
He doesn't like me.
I don't want to look at him.
He has a different opinion. He's a troublemaker in the class, and then you go down. You go
down the train, and it accelerates actually because somehow your energy is on that side, and you always be careful.
Exactly.
And actually, I do know of a training company, not in Malaysia, overseas, far away. And I read an article from them, or one guy's interview. He said he actually looks forward to failure. Because he said if he fails, and none of people say there's no failure in the feedback, but he says if he fails, he knows he can learn something.
Right.
There's always something to learn. So he looks forward when things don't go well at that point of time. Right. What can you learn at that point of time? Right. Milton Erickson, for those of you who will watch the earlier sessions from me, he said, I never failed. I just never completed my sessions. I'm still learning about that client or patient at that point of time.
Right.
Well, it's important, right? So what do you think about failure?
No such thing as failure. Just
learning.
Feedback. Yeah, it's feedback. The thing is, it becomes good feedback for you when you learn. If you just take it as feedback and you're saying, oh yeah, this guy's like this and full stop, then you know better than that person.
Right, exactly.
So you want to learn from it because there is learning from it, and there is a reason why this particular person came to you. There is a reason why this person existed in your life at that particular moment of time.
He wants to have more heart than he wants to play with the handphone, okay? All right, now, okay. Hey, you can ask questions. Yesterday evening you had great questions. Feel free to ask those questions. Rizal is just running away for a moment and suddenly it gets darker here. See that? Suddenly it really got dark, and I wonder what happens next when he comes back. If the light comes back. Yeah, it comes back. Look at that. That's terrible. That's wonderful, all right? Okay, you got a question here. PLF is coaching on personal basis only. Do you coach a group of people in one time? Kayati, thank you for the question. Great question. You want to answer this?
Kayati, PLFs is about conducting programs, yeah? And we can do programs for a group of people. The least I've had is 3 people sitting in front of me.
The least? Okay.
Yeah. The point is this. If you have a group of people, 3 people, even if it's just 3 people who wants to learn about something, then we'll do a session. Yeah. Within the PLF techniques, are there elements of coaching? Yes. Are there elements of NLP, hypnosis, lab profile even? Yes.
All the time.
Yeah. So it's about managing a group, whether that group is 4,000 people or 4 people. We're using all the tools that we have.
You have to.
Yeah. So
can you do anything else for NLP?
We can. We can.
I can't. It's not a technique.
we have NLP, we have hypnosis, we have lab profile, we have body language.
You also have that.
Yeah, it's a whole range of things. So that's what the PLF is all about. It's about being flexible to use so many things. We're not saying training is wrong. No, we're saying training is just one tool from the many tools that you can use.
Absolutely.
Yeah? There are times that you have to go into training mode. Yeah. But if you go in training mode all the time, then you're wrong. You want to be that flexible. Andreas once pointed out, you want to have a lot of tools in your toolbox. You may use some of those tools all the time, but then you come across a group of people who you need to have new tools, and then you start to open your toolbox and find out more things. Yeah. So the PLF is about that. The PLF is about being flexible enough, managing a group of people very fast. Either it's visually, auditorily, or kinesthetic. It's not just talking all the time. No, it's not just showing videos all the time. In fact, to the extent, it's about managing the whole learning experience. To us, learning is not a process. It's beyond the process. It's a whole experience. How cold the aircon is in the room is a reason for somebody to learn or not to learn on that particular day. And me being the PLF sitting or standing in front there, we need to be very responsible for that. Yeah. So that's what the PLF does. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about flexibility. Think about yourself. How many ways would you know? I'm looking at Rizal's phone as well for the questions sometimes when he's talking and he's looking when I talk, so to speak. How many ways do you know to go into one direction? If you only know one way of going somewhere, let's say you want to fly from KL to Hong Kong, and there's only one way of flying and only one airliner, and that airliner by any chance stops flying, you get stuck. You need to have many ways to reach certain directions. You need to have the flexibility in your mind to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. And if you get stuck somewhere, hey, it's a learning opportunity.
Correct.
It's something. It doesn't mean, I always think, it doesn't matter if you're a PLF or if you're an NLPer.
Right.
Life gives you obstacles, life gives you challenges, life gives you problems, but it's about your attitude, what you're learning in PLF and in NLP, what's your attitude on managing this specific situation in the best way possible takes the learning, and if you get the same situation again, you still have to learn something. You have to learn something more, you have to expand. You have to expand your way of approaching certain things and getting through the obstacles or circumventing those obstacles.
Right. It's about going beyond the problem. If all you see is the problem, then you're going to be stuck with that. Yeah?
And you're stuck like that. Don't know anything. You are in the problem right now. And what do I do next? You gotta
go beyond the problem. Yeah, because when you see the opportunities waiting for you beyond the problem, you're going to be excited.
Oh yeah.
And the problem at hand will be very, very small. Yeah?
Think always about what happens if that problem disappeared.
Yeah. The problem, sorry?
If the problem has disappeared, or many people get stuck in the problem. Milton Erickson, the hypnotherapist I mentioned earlier, he always said when people come to him, to his hypnotherapy sessions, they're in a negative trance. They're focusing on a problem. His job is, and your job and my job is, to have that person or that group of people have a different attitude, a different approach, a positive mindset, a positive trance when they leave my office, when they leave the room, performance development room, or wherever they are in right now.
Correct.
You mentioned that in smallest group you coach was 4 people, right?
Correct.
That's kind of like team coaching already, isn't it? Somewhere along that line. But you never had a one-on-one coaching.
I've had many one-on-one coachings, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mustafa Kamal asked about NLP approach helps you know people. Yeah, true. How accurate can it be? Well, to be, don't start NLP only lah. You know, NLP is just one way to understand a person.
One person.
Yeah. And when you use NLP, it's about knowing that person at that particular moment. Yeah, it's not about saying, oh, this person is visual, therefore you'll be visual all the time.
All the time, never.
No. It's at that moment of time. So as you're talking to this person, as time goes by, you start to get more information, and don't just use NLP to do that. Yeah, it can be the way he eats, how fast he speaks, or how slow he walks, the words he uses, the type of words he uses, how he says those words. You can use a whole range of profiling tools that's available around. So NLP is just one. How accurate can it be totally depends on how aware you are. You know, to see what you see, to hear what you hear, to feel what you feel. Sometimes we're so into our minds and create assumptions, and you're already saying, oh, this person is like this, and because of those assumptions, you totally misinterpret.
Yeah.
Yeah. You totally misinterpret this particular person, and that's very unfair.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you want to be so aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it, so that whatever you see and hear makes sense. Yeah. So accuracy totally depends on you. Yeah. Not the tool. The tool is good. NLP or hypnosis or whatever it is, it's all good. It's how you use the tool and what you're looking for. Because if you're saying, I'm looking for this particular thing, then you tend to see it. And once you go into that blind spot, you're into that tunnel vision.
And you wonder how come the person doesn't behave that way anymore, ultimately.
Yeah.
Can I say something about this?
Yes.
If you only have one, again, if you only have one way of like NLP only, that means you see all people like robots. Because robots, until they break down, they always behave the same way. You put in this one, they do that one. You do this one, they do that one. So people are not robots because they are flexible in their thinking. They are behaving different in different situations. It's about you having the fun and the curiosity about talking to that person and saying what makes that person tick at that point of time. And how can you link up with that person? How can you build and maintain the rapport with that person at the deepest level possible so that person feels good, you feel good, and you've got a good time. And if something goes wrong on your side, do something else, lah.
Right.
Because that's also the fun part, you know. If it happens to me as well, I think that this person must be a visual person or an auditory person, and I have messed up one time. I thought this person must be so visual, and because she was in PR, and she was in marketing, and she had bangles and lipstick and everything beautiful, and she spoke visual language. When I delivered a proposal to her, she translated all that I wrote in that visual text language, pictures. She put it into an Excel spreadsheet. Lots of numbers and data and statistics, and then like, she's 80! But initially I thought she's totally visually drafted. So it happens, you know, we mess up, and that's a fun part in life. That's a fun part in life, okay? If you don't mess up, your life is boring, lah.
Yeah, go ahead, make mistakes.
What was the other question about the best memory of using NLP coaching in family management?
NLP using, when you use NLP, when I use NLP with my children, one of the best experience I've had is getting them to do things which I want them to do. For example, when I tell Uma,
his son is called Uma for those who don't know him.
Uma, do you want to bathe? He says no, he wants to watch the TV. Okay, so then I'll say, okay, do you want to bathe now or do you want to bathe after the cartoon? So either it's now or after the cartoon, he still bathe. So I give him the illusion of choice.
Yep. Hypnotic language patterns.
Right. So now Uma used the same thing on us. Yeah.
Kids, you can influence kids only for 1 week. NLP, hypnosis, anything only works for 1 week. Then they're using it on us.
When we go to Toys R Us, he'll say, do we want to buy this toy or that toy? And alhamdulillah, because we are all aware of our NLP, we say no. So yeah, when you use NLP, especially with family, one of the biggest challenges is to not show it, not do it. You want to do it in my language. You want to do it in slumberly, you know, unconsciously, naturally, slumberly. Yeah, because if you're there and you're within the family kind of circle, and suddenly you start to become the coach, it won't work. Because you may be the son, or you may be the husband, or you may be the wife, or you may be the daughter, and they see you as that. They don't see you as the coach.
No credibility is
credibility is not there. Yeah.
Different credibility.
In my experience using NLP in the family, I want to be flexible. I want to be so natural at it that they don't know that I'm using NLP. Even if they were an NLP practitioner. Rohaya is an NLP practitioner.
Yeah, she's great.
And she picks it up very fast. And she may just say, don't NLP me. And I say, okay, then I find another way around.
Good husband. What are for you right now, when you start out, what do you think? And I asked it yesterday evening, I'm not sure how much you could answer this actually. Okay, are there telltale signs that someone is not ready to be coached? Oh, yes.
Okay,
can I?
You first.
It's your interview.
telltale signs of people who are not ready to be coached. Question asked by Kak Sukma. Yeah, yeah. You will see people wanting to just leave the whole session. It can be as simple as that. Yeah. The thing is this: you being the coach at that moment of time, you don't want to assume. You don't assume just because this person's leg is towards the door, he or she wants to leave. You don't assume just because this person has his or her arms folded that this person doesn't like you or what you're saying. Yeah, so you want to put it into your heads that as long as this person is in front of you, as long as this person is there, still you're there right in front of you, then this person has the choice at any time to leave, but they're still there, then that means whatever you're doing is okay. Whatever you're doing is still helpful or useful for this person. Because this person always has the choice to just stand up and leave. Yeah. So from my point of view, yeah, Kak Sukma, you may see a lot of signs. My suggestion is don't look for it. You want to notice it. You want to be aware of it. Yeah, you see those signs. Yes, it's only feedback for you that whatever you're doing can do better. Just go ahead and improve. Always remember, when you say something and this person gets angry, it's not because this person is resistant or hard-headed or has anger issues, anger management issues. It's just because what you said or how you say it made this person this way. Yeah. The meaning of your communication is the response you get.
Yeah? Yes.
So don't just because you see the signs, therefore this person is resistant. No, it's just feedback for you to improve. Change the way, be flexible, find another way of saying it. Because this is the response you get. Find another way.
True. When people come to coaching, who was saying that? When people come for coaching, initially they might be resistant, especially if they have been sent by somebody. Sometimes from companies, it's not yet that acknowledged as a tool for change, as a tool for, hey, actually recommendation or support in Asia yet, coaching. So companies send employees to me, and sometimes the employees come and saying, am I getting fired? Am I that bad? Do I really need a coach? I thought I performed well. Not realizing that actually when they get sent by an organization, it's a huge compliment because it means the company sees in potential in that employee at that time.
Right.
Employees might be, not employees, coachees, clients might be resistant because we are proposing new ways of looking at things.
Right.
We're giving them new ideas. We're doing exercise or interventions to help them get rid of a problem. And that problem was, they were very used to it. They run the same problem for centuries or a couple of years only. And now they have to learn to run their life at a different level altogether. Automatically it can cause a little bit of resistance. No, it's about the meaning of the communication, the response you get. It just simply means if somebody resists, you can't start your intervention yet. You gotta get the deeper buy-in from that person until they say, Milton Erickson was saying, I surrender. They need to surrender to the coaching process. Now that was 1960s, 70s, okay? A little bit different, of course, but they need to be willing to listen to what Rizal says and what I say. Oops, what I say. Because we give certain ideas about something.
True. Mustafa Kamal asked a question. People may change their style at certain situation when start coaching. How we know that our way is on track?
And the client smiles.
Yeah. At the same time, how do we not know? How do we actually not know that they are not on track? Actually, as much as you, how much do you really know? Actually, you see the signs. Yeah, you see that, the sort of that face or the smiley face, but
or in the language.
How do you really know? You don't know. You're seeing the signs and you interpret the signs there and then. Yeah, that's from my point of view. The thing is, if you see which you feel is a sign of resistance, you want to ask, So what's happening with you now?
Yeah, level 2. You can always ask, it's not a guessing game. We can't know them all the time.
Yeah, ask.
Ask. What's going on?
What's going on? As we're doing this and we're talking this, how do you feel about it?
Exactly.
Ask now.
What holds you back?
Don't start to assume.
But it's also, it's a good question, no? But it's also about in the language you hear sometimes. When people, for example, say, I think I should do it. Should is not I can do it, right? So it's about learning what do people say if they're on the way of change. So they say, I can do it now. Hey, yes, good to see you from Cambodia. Cool, wow.
Oh, Cambodia. Okay, cool.
Long time no see. But it's about the language, learning language. People express their thoughts through their words. Their willingness to change through their words. So automatically when you listen to a person in detail, you know their thinking style. What's going on in that point of time.
Right.
What happens.
Right.
What are some criteria that you need to have? Characteristics, attitude. It's a big word always. Got to have a positive attitude, positive thinking. What is the attitude or the characteristics, criteria you need to have as a coach or an outstanding trainer to become successful?
I would start with the ability to be aware all the time, aware of yourself, what's happening with you. Remember that as if you were a fly on the wall.
The fly on the wall, yes.
You're seeing that conversation you're having with this group of people.
Perceptual position.
Perceptual positions. You want to have that sense of awareness, and it must be very strong, because sometimes we're so focused on the client's issues, we're so focused on whatever issues to help this particular person that we stop being aware. You're so focused that you stop being aware. It's like driving a car and you get to the destination but you forgot the whole journey. Yeah. So if there is one particular skill, tool that we all want to have is the ability to be aware all the time. If I can give one technique, one way of how you can be aware is to pause. Is to have that pause in life. Yeah, the Masala says, stop to smell the flowers. I don't know about German.
Stop to smell. Oh yeah. You have that in Germany. Yeah. Don't pass the flowers, but wait sometimes and takes a second to enjoy the roses. Smell them, enjoy the scenery around us. We are racing so much through life nowadays. We are so fast, everything, no time whatsoever. That's what you mean, right? You gotta take time sometimes.
Right. Especially when in coaching, we tend to forget. We tend to forget where we are because we're so into the coaching. Yeah, you tend to forget what time it is. Yeah. So this ability to be aware helps you to figure things out, to calm down, to not dwell into the client's emotions so much that you yourself drown.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't get hypnotized by your client's problems, of course.
Yeah.
Another thing is, of course, what is happening in normal conversations often shouldn't happen in coaching, might happen. Client is saying something and then we are listening to their words and we are starting to, he says that, or he's doing that one right now, or he's crossing his arms. We are getting inside of our own head, in NLP we call it downtime, and start to formulate the questions and forget half the stuff the client says, which might be the most important part. Really, it's about being totally out there, whatever the client says, and the pauses is sometimes great, because it gives the client I think the feeling like, hey, I said something really important here. Rizal got to think, Andreas got to think about what I said right now. And they might think about their own stuff, and as if you pause, what comes next? Initially, oftentimes, isn't it the case that people start talk consciously? When you pause, they want to fill the gap. They want to fill that break, because they realize, what do I do with that break right now? Did I say something right or wrong? And they add on some stuff, and then comes maybe the unconscious stuff. The real stuff might come up. The really interesting stuff might come up.
Yeah, and it all comes out from them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because you started to pause.
Pause. Get paid for pauses.
Coaches sometimes feel, even PLF, sometimes they feel they need to talk all the time. They've been paid to do that. No, the art of it is to pause at the right time.
Art to listen.
The art of listening, exactly.
The art of listening, right.
And how are you ever going to start to listen if you're still talking? And when I say talking, it's not just talking with your mouth, but all those voices in your head are also talking at the same time. So you may have your mouth shut up, but your voices are all there.
Oh, yes.
Then you start to have a lot of assumptions. You're not really listening. You're really forming assumptions, which is very unfair for you and the client. Yeah.
Yes, because they are different from you. Anybody got a question? There was actually only one criteria right now, isn't it? How to find clients? As a PLF guy, you've got many people who are starting newly right now.
Right.
How do they find clients? Wouldn't they get, or some other thing, PLF first, they gotta go away, I got a coffee a little bit. How do they find clients? And if they say, I'm from PLF, wouldn't the client say, I want a Rizal, not you?
Correct. Today, I don't look for clients. Today, I hardly look for clients. Once upon a time, yes, I promoted myself. So there's the difference here. I'm not actually looking for clients.
Nice.
I'm just selling myself. Just putting myself out there. This is what I do. These are the services I give.
How do you put yourself out there?
Here I go. Once upon a time, there was no Facebook. So I'm just emailing my profile to HR managers, and I'm seeing who responds, and for those people who don't respond, I put their names in my little black book, so that if one day they do call me, it's 5,000 an hour kind of thing.
You look, checking the list,
okay. So
it's a good strategy.
My suggestion: don't look for clients. Promote yourself. Especially now, you can promote yourself via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
interviews
like this, go live, and when you promote yourself, don't talk about yourself. Sometimes, share knowledge, share tips, share advice. That helps a lot in the sense of people will tend to say, okay, Rizal, you seem to be a point of reference in terms of motivation. Rizal, you seem to be the point of reference in terms of this, in terms of that. So as you're sharing that and you're doing that consistently, then in a way, that's how you put yourself out there. And clients will look for you. It may not be the person who reads your, for example, once upon a time ago, I started to write for a magazine. And the only time which somebody actually contacted me was a guy, and he says, my wife reads that magazine and she told me about you. Yeah.
You better follow a wife, huh?
So word of mouth
is powerful.
Yeah, it's very, very powerful for me, ever since I started business until today. Yeah, so
watch what you post, guys, in Facebook or in social media,
exactly.
Everything, because people check it out.
True, and you want to be consistent.
Oh yeah.
If today you're talking about food, and then tomorrow, next week you're talking about something else, and then they say, okay, you're a jack of all trades, but you're not specialized in them. Yeah, and when you're not specialized in something, then people have this feeling that you don't have credibility in that. They would rather talk to somebody who consistently talks about that all the time. Yeah, so be consistent. Yeah, be consistent. You can talk about a few subjects, but it's subjects you talk about on a weekly basis at least.
Yeah, you should.
So put yourself out there in that sense. Yeah.
Justin was asking it always earlier. I'm not sure if he's online today. He was asking how to identify the right niche, because he said put yourself out, talk consistently about something. But if I start up and I'm a PLFer or I'm an NLPer, not a trainer, because as a trainer it's easy, you just train practitioner, so to speak. But what do I do to identify my niche? To identify my niche.
Ask yourself what you're comfortable with. Yeah. How do you feel about, okay, for example, somebody comes to you and talk about business and asks you advice, wants you to coach that person on business, and after the whole session, how do you feel about that whole session?
That's a good tip. That's a good tip,
Yeah.
Was it easy for you at
Was
that time?
it easy for you? Did you have to Did you have to read a lot of things before that particular coaching to get information about it?
Was it good?
The point of it is how do you feel about it? Then you know your niche. And nobody can tell you differently. People can always give you opinions about you're good in that, you're good in this, you're good in that. People can always give you opinions. Even if you don't do anything, people will still give opinions. So,
you're bringing something to drink. Thank you so much. You got something to drink.
So it's about how you feel about it. How you feel sharing, how do you feel about the subject matter, how do you feel about the people related to that subject matter. That helps you build that niche.
I think it's about also finding out what is something you totally, absolutely like. And I believe, if I were to call you, what I don't do, at 3 o'clock at night, and I would ask you a question about a thing you are training in, or you're doing, developing and doing it for companies or people, you would be able to answer the question like that.
Right.
Same with me, when people would call me at 3 o'clock at night, talk to me about NLP, about an intervention, about a technique or two, you could call me at 4 o'clock at night, I would not even open my eyes, I could give it to you like that. Because I love it, he loves it. You need to identify what is it that drives you, what Steve Jobs was saying, waking up in the middle of the night, no, that's not the Coca-Cola guy, okay?
Correct.
Waking up and being able to shake the world on its axis. That you get up at 4 o'clock at night and you are roaring to make the changes in your life.
Correct.
Or in people's life. That is what you want to have.
True.
To practice NLP, you must be certified as one. Same goes with PLF. No, Kayati. Well, to practice NLP, NLP to me is my thing is about, NLP is about how you run your life the most productive, the most happiest, to create your life the way you want to have. That's NLP to me. NLP to me is about being able to influence people at a much better or much more influential level. NLP to me is about understanding how do I reframe, get over problems, challenges that I face. It doesn't mean that I never mess up.
Right.
The challenge sometimes is, I know when I mess up, okay?
Like yesterday.
Like yesterday, and not freaking out and throwing the handphone against the wall, but saying, okay, what can I do instead? Okay, so that's NLP to me. So you don't need to be certified to run your life, right? But if you want to get your life to the next highest level, maybe you have a dream, you want to achieve something, something is holding you back. You don't quite know what you want or how you reach that. Something is holding you back, and it gives you a hard time. And you tried it a couple of times to make it happen, and it didn't work out. Maybe that's when you need NLP. Right. That's my opinion. Come to me then, or talk to Rizal.
Come to me especially. To me, NLP is very much psychology.
Positive psychology.
Human psychology. And you're human, and you have it. And some of the things that you will learn in NLP, and you say, hey, I do this all the time. Yeah, of course.
NLP is not nothing new.
Exactly. It's just that NLP gives the terminology for it. And then you understand why you're doing it and how to do it better. Yeah? So you may be that person who builds rapport with people all the time, and you find it very easy to do. Because of NLP, now you know what goes through it, what's the process like it, and you tend to do it better. Because you know what you're doing, instead of just doing it because it's natural for you. Yeah, that sense of knowing that's where you go for your certification. Let's go. For the PLF, is the same thing. Yeah, you go for a 3-day PLF program. Within those 3 days, you learn how to become a PLF. Then after that, it's up to you to take up a higher notch.
Okay. Aya has been called. You have to stop soon, I think, when you have no questions.
Any other questions?
Anybody got more questions? What I would like you also to do, guys, of course, is to share this video if you think it's worthwhile sharing it with other people. And I think it's good information you get here. I think it's tremendous value. That's my opinion, okay? Yeah, right. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to talk to a guy like this face to Facebook. How do you write your profile to promote to HR managers with less experience? You want to answer that?
Yeah.
Learn?
Just write your profile up. Why? You're already having to saying that you're already putting things into your head that you have lesser experience. You're already saying that all HR managers when they look at your profile, they're not gonna find something wow. Yeah, stop that.
But a cool response, yeah.
Take
absolutely.
that bang out of your head, Cynthia. Yeah, just stop that.
Right.
Do your profile. Do it the best you can. All the truthful things, of course. All those certifications. Yeah, write that profile, and then send it. And you just never know if people in Malaysia don't like it. People in Cambodia may like it.
Exactly.
People in UK may like it. People in
Exactly.
Singapore may like it. So the world is your stage, right? So why think Malaysia only lah?
Others in here, hey, she can't go, she's got married to Justin, okay?
Yeah,
Still.
Go together lah.
But the thing is, you know, it's not that every company, for example, I also do working with organizations, companies, that every company is hiring me to do their programs. Most likely the same with you. If I have a chance, I go back to the company and say, hey, what happened? How come I didn't get the job? And I learn from that. And hopefully next time around I get a little bit better. Would be great, right? It's always a learning situation, India. You need to move beyond. Don't put yourself in a lesser experience, but saying you are already very valuable. You just need to find the one company, the two companies, the 1,000 companies that really appreciate your current skill, and you've got that.
Right.
I think we can slowly come to the end.
Correct.
I know your battery is running slow. I'm not sure where my battery is standing right now. If there's no other question. What would be lovely, of course, those, of course, who are listening in right now, feel free to like our Asia Mind Dynamics Facebook page. You might be there right now. Become my friend. I still got space. I'm going to post this video. Yeah, I'm selective with my friends, okay? I'm posting this video on YouTube. Find our channel, Asia Mind Dynamics. I'm posting it, I'm editing it a little bit, take some stuff out, maybe not, most likely not, but adding on some more stuff. Watch the other videos. It's number 6 or 7 here right now, but with yesterday one. So that you are that watch the other videos on finding your niche, a belief as a coach. But it's not just about coaching, it's about you charging for your own fees when you are training companies, working with companies. It's about you finding clients a little bit, why you want to go for coaching, why you want to become your own independent person, getting out of the rat race, working for companies maybe even. Yeah, do this and I would be very happy. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, become my friend, like our Facebook page.
Right.
You want to say something? Promote yourself?
Nah,
not today.
When you're ready, look for me. This
Yes,
is my teacher. Look for him first. For all PLFs out there who's not yet into NLP yet, haven't got your NLP certification, go and learn from him.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
His English has German, never mind. Just
After
understand.
half an hour, you're going to get used to it anyway.
You'll totally understand.
And you might enjoy it, hopefully, all right? Okay?
All right.
So, guys, that's your task. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
And say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Come, bye-bye.